All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia, Season 7, Episode 4.
You can still be a hero.
Yes, you can still be a hero.
Because, yeah, they are positioned to very uniquely be able to affect All for One.
Right, because you actually have, like, one of the few rare opportunities that we could have to have him at the very least use a middleman or something to try and contact your parents.
Right, or just base some of the things that he does off of what you guys do.
Which we could fake. We could try and present it as a, yes, this is what happened.
Yep.
See? Like,
now, the fact that they don't have a way to contact All for One or, you know, his associates, that might make things a little bit complicated, but that doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It means we could cook up something here.
Yeah.
So the idea of the students as a whole affecting this and bringing maybe some of their own ideas to light when,
let's get it.
You know, Sakauchi didn't necessarily like think anything more than, all right, another one. Just throw them away. Okay, we cleared a threat and a actually long-standing mystery that had been sitting in the background for a while and wondering, like, okay, maybe if there was a traitor, it doesn't matter at this point because they clearly can't do too much because they would have done something by now if they, you know, were able to do a lot. Which is true because Aoyama, over the course of the series, was trying not to do anything. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah, class rep, here we go.
What happens now?
Yeah, we were close enough to him. He might have been able to spill it to one of us. Yeah. Right. You were resisting. You were trying to stop.
Oh shit, no, but All Might ended up... His fight with All for One was because of Aoyama doing all this stuff and Bakugo getting captured, so shit.
Yeah.
Let's see you grit those teeth!
Yeah! Aoyama! No, you choto tomate.
Yeah.
Ooh. Aizawa.
Ooh.
Oh, Aizawa. Yeah, Aizawa.
Right. Cool. I like that we're getting this.
This is your Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time.
So whose quirk is basically going to make this plan like extra doable?
Extra spicy, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Bakugo in his slippers with I need that kind of stuff. Just
oh.
It's been a while since we've seen her.
Yeah.
Hey!
Good to see you again.
Wow. It is deja vu.
Yep, I suppose some things don't change.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh! Meaning, Danger Sense was trying to help you. Nice, Danger Sense, yes. Yeah, we don't have that. It kinda doesn't work.
More importantly, how long have you been in your workshop that you're not aware of this?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to be aware. I just need to work.
直してもらいたいんだ。
Yeah.
無理ですね。すみません。
Get fucked.
損傷具合だとほぼ作り直しになりますが。
大丈夫。俺らが作るよ。
初音のおなくら。
ありがとうございます。かたじけない。
初音さん、何を作っているの？飛んだ。すごい。
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
以前言ったと思うが、こいつのバイタリティと発想は得意だからね。
That's cool. That's independent of her quirk, you know.
私たちは戦えません。だからあなたたちがより多くの人間を守れるように、発明がサポート課のヒーロー活動なんです。初音さん、飯田君のアーマー、正確な再現は無理でしたけど、よろしければヒーロー科の皆さんにお伝えください。勝ちましょう。
Nice.
よかった。もう6分。そういうの普通なんかすぐ治らん。
切り替えていくよ。
All right. Stay focused.
爆豪君、轟君を中心にクラスを3班に分けて展開。
セントラル病院、
Yeah.
重要施設であるこことの連携を密にするため、いくつかの警察署が隣接する形で拠点を移していた。
青山少年は現在検査結果を待っています。
青山の件で我々
God damn
は
it.
一気に動きを制限されることになった。ここに
John Williams, like,
See, this is how you know, spoof any listening devices.
yep, there you go. Okay.
これは
Nice.
最善事前に関わらず必ずやらなければならないこと。
Split these two up. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's that simple.
プラスタルタロス襲撃時に見せた
Right.
電波を用いた連携に加え、
Yep.
二人の思考の共有がどこまで可能かも深くて、燃え広がり焼き尽くす火の恐ろしさ。
We also have to deal with this guy.
合宿
Yep.
三層戦でしかと味わっているその脅威。
じゃあオール・フォー・ワンと死柄木を引き離すためにまずダビを引き離して。
ダビだけじゃないな。
そう。
Everyone. Yeah.
しかし、そりゃ少し能天気すぎやしませんか。できたら苦労はしない。
ええ。ですからこの条件を成立させるために作戦が必要なのです。
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
so do we get the plan? I don't think we do. I think it's gonna work then. Like,
Yeah, I think so. Because if Aoyama is a way to manipulate All for One / Shigaraki, they also have plenty of stuff to manipulate Dabi, given how
oh yeah,
different his
well,
motivations
those are probably the easiest bets, I would say.
Right.
But it's still the fact that they need to separate them. I just realized that's been my phone this whole time.
Oh my god.
オールマイトに倒されてから獲得したものというわけか。だからオール・フォー・ワンは植え付けてた。恐怖という種をこの子に、この子の両親に。ああも言ってくれる友人なんて一生に何人もできないぞ。
今泣いて絶望しているクラスメート。彼らが僕を信じてくれればくれるほど、僕自身が僕を信じられなくなってしまいます。
Because that's
Okay.
not who you are, yeah.
オール・フォー・ワンを前にしたらまた僕は同じこと
Right, because it needs to be his decision, not theirs.
だからもう
All right, let's coach him, Aizawa.
どこか
Counsel and coach,
光の当たらな
yeah.
い場所で死ぬのを待つだけがいい。
Shit.
植え付けられた恐怖を無理にでも引き剥がす。
Fuck yeah.
戦え。
That's all you have.
Okay, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron Yeager here.
だがこのまま降りて罪に苛まれたままうっすら死んでいくことを、この先一生負い目を抱える生き方など俺は生徒に教えない。
Wow.
惨めで情けなくても
Yeah.
その道は
All right.
皆が歩む道だ。
Story of how we all became heroes. Oh!
Nice.
Yes! Yes! All right.
Well-
Heroes are cooking up the plan.
Yep.
They are going to use him and his family to the utmost.
Right.
It is not
That
going
makes
to be
sense.
the most like clean of or most wholesome of ways of being used either.
No, and that it
It
feels
is-
like a nice continuation on the thing that hasn't fully been like talked about by the characters in depth of the hey, yes, you're the new generation, but also like kids being, taking part in a war, right?
Right.
And all of the crazy ways that can go. Whereas here we get it with the more specific angle and from the perspective of, hey, this is somebody who, opposed us, right? But we need all the help we can get right now, right? We can't think about, oh, but you did something you weren't supposed to and all that stuff. No, you can help now. Cool.
Right. And in some ways, because MHA as a show has had that wholesome, like, we'll just, band together and make it work. We need to have that be directly addressed and basically shot down before, people think like that's the right response for this here. Because Aizawa being the focus point for it is amazing because he's like one of the best characters in the whole goddamn show in terms of like, enjoyment value whenever we're following him. So having him be the one that's like, Tatakai, motherfucker, like yes.
With the disheveled,
half look. It's literally like an Attack on Titan.
Right,
reference. Yeah.
God.
He's got everything going for him in that regard.
Afterwards, Aoyama's just doing the Grisha, like,
oh God, it's even like season 4, part 1, Eren with the fact that he has an eye patch. On his right eye as well. So it's there you go.
Talking to the blonde trader.
Right, exactly.
As they're wanting to be punished,
and they're about to set up a declaration of war.
Right. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no. I love that Horikoshi will do all the references he can.
To the point that, yes, when the cantina music starts playing, I legitimately thought that with everything they said of the, because this is where we have to, like, do our planning, we've set up several police, operations around us.
Sorry, guys.
And so I'm like,
I make such a good point to clear all extra potential infringing audio from our recording space. But sometimes, human error is enough there. So, the episode, though, giving us Aoyama's follow-up with the kids' offering. I like that. I like that his basic response to this of, I am ashamed, I am the worst, I can't even look at your light and your twinkling because it reminds me of how I am a sham, I am a lie, I'm the worst villain there is. And if I even try to believe in you, I then lose all belief in myself. It's a it's a losing battle in that regard. And Aizawa basically just gives him they're being nice because they care about you, they're your friends and stuff. But you're really fucked up. The best thing you can do right now is fight. Right. You have to give everything to this.
You have to fully acknowledge that you fucked up, right? Yep. To then be like, okay, so now what do I do?
What are you willing to give now? What are you willing to give back?
Pledge your heart.
Shinzo pledge Sasageo. Your heart. Exactly. Shinzo fucking Sasageo. Yeah. So that's dark, for one, because it's the idea that Aoyama, being a teenager, is basically going to be offered up as a potential sacrifice for the safety of the world. Now, remember, context here. Japan has fallen. The country is gone.
No, yeah.
It is over for Japan. We are not at the scale of, like, there's some villains running amok and the heroes are fighting. It's more the heroes are fighting a losing battle. They have limited time. Yep. The world is next. We are in the final, stage of things.
Like, there was an element of when they were describing all of the things that are like, oh, this is a potential point of, contention within, like the morality of the characters and everything. Sure. I'm like, nah, man. From a practical standpoint, you are so far past that. Like that's, you don't have time for any of that. Like,
yeah, we are literally in a section of the story where there's been so much death, like civilian death, like just innocents dying, that what was her name? God, I don't even remember her name at this point. Just died due to falling rubble a season ago.
Oh, yeah. Midnight,
thank you. I want to say Night Eye, I'm like, that's another thing. So, yeah, she's just dead.
Right. Like,
other heroes just died, disintegrated. Shigaraki ended up just murking tons of them. We are in the, like, okay, every minute counts, every hour counts. Right. If you end up even slightly just debating, even if you're right about the morality of this, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep going, right?
Just keep going. Keep moving forward.
I loved the joke, like, because with how serious the show is right now, I kind of don't want comedy.
Yeah,
right?
I don't either.
You know, like
so not Nejire. Hatsume.
Hatsume Mei's, boobs, right? It's like, okay, we don't need that here. But the joke of her being unaware of a lot of the stuff that's happening
amazing.
outside, I fucking love that,
Yeah.
right? Because it's no, you have the people in the chair, right?
Right.
that are doing the support stuff.
There's
always
work. Yeah.
There's always some kind of crisis. That dealing with the crisis itself is not their problem. So at the end of the day, eventually it just becomes words on like a paper statement of like, this is what you're supposed to do. And even then, it stops. I stop seeing the ones and zeros and I just see blonde, brunette, redhead. Right? Like it's just all right. What do we have to do? So the idea that then it's like, hey guys, yeah, you need something. No way.
You get fucked. I'm busy. I'm focused
right.
now.
I have too much shit to do.
But on a technical sense, what I am giving you is 80% of what you want, which is not what you asked for. That's why I said no. So I'm going to go quickly over there and give you 80% of what you want because I know where everyone else is working, where their energy's at. So I'm going to give you enough so you can get the fuck out of our business and let us go back to doing our jobs.
There is... It's the people who ask for something when they don't know what they're asking.
Yep.
Yep.
And
so they're like, hey, can you do this thing for us? It's like, and Hatsume Mei, because she like has a permanent smile plastered on her face, she's not telling them like, dude.
Except that one part where the shadow came over her face and she was still smiling. It's just like, oh God.
The shit that's on her plate as far as like keeping this fallen country, semi afloat, right? Alongside probably what, I'm sure that's just what the entire support, like segment of Hero Society is just doing now.
Well, that is literally what they were doing. They were prepping a situation so that they could evacuate all of UA.
Right.
Or not even all of UA, but the structures partition them into evacuation, like flying
to
vessels.
say nothing about like designing the place so that way if Shigaraki just uses his quirk once, it doesn't destroy the entire area, right? Yep. Yeah. So that I loved that, and of course Deku and Ida just aren't aware, and it's all right, I'll give you something, but just so you'll go away.
Just get the fuck out of here. We could see the other heroes kind of prepping things. I also love that because we did spend time actually building up places that aren't UA. Yes, those places are the other safe spaces for civilians in Japan. Shiketsu High School, where we had our Wind Boy.
Yep.
We had time spent there. So yes, there are other places. But what this means in the story, in the meta sense, is these are other places that can get just toppled off screen or be just, we see it and it's too late.
And I like that they're starting to go into but actual mechanics here. How are we going to deal with the villains? Okay, well, we got to divide and conquer. All right,
Basic strategy,
right?
Yeah,
they've beaten us in the power matchup, right? So we have to get clever about this.
Down,
right? And hopefully, because they went over that in this episode, and they like set up the plan that they didn't tell us about, right? So therefore it'll work at least decently well. Hopefully we'll get to see that in the next episode or two.
Yeah, I think this next cour is going to focus primarily on the ways in which they separate out all the lower level people alongside Dabi. Dabi being kind of the easiest one, but also the most dangerous one, because the thing that
he's straightforward.
Well, he's straightforward, but he's basically Endeavor. In a really scary way. The part that's the worst about him is that you kind of need to use people that don't necessarily have great matchups against him in order to lure him out. Like Shoto is basically the one that's meant to beat him. His quirk is built specifically for that.
He can withstand the fire and he can also douse the fire.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'd have to bring out Endeavor, otherwise Dabi will never show himself. And Endeavor probably just for the sake of, one, this is my fucking kid. I can't kill my kid.
Yeah.
And I am probably then going to have to go toe for toe, like match for match with fire, which is just just going to kill both of them.
Right.
Like,
That just sounds like it'll make it worse for
that
everybody.
just make it worse for everybody.
Around,
Exactly.
Right? Like Endeavor
So-
will be able to survive being around Dabi when an encounter is happening, but that doesn't mean he'll be able to protect other people from Dabi.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Shoto could do that, but not Endeavor.
And maybe even like not that well, because again, he's half and half, so he has to basically fully commit to one,
right?
Or use the other just to make it so he can continually outlast Dabi. But then that's going to roast Dabi. So the thing that makes Dabi useful here is that he's a wild card for All for One. He's not got any loyalty to him.
Right.
He wants revenge, so he's very easy to manipulate. And 3, he could potentially just give up All for One's location and everything and all kinds of stuff there if we get him alive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Dabi probably doesn't care about living as long as he can burn away what Endeavor's made. So he's basically another linchpin that we can eventually use like Aoyama, but...
I just had a weird thought.
Again, really tough.
So you know how fire, it's like, okay, realistically, how are you actually going to block that unless you have some counter elemental power, right?
Yes.
So if we had Dabi, we lured him out, but then there are a bunch of people that need to be protected, right? Realistically, you can't... protecting them during a fight with Dabi would be very difficult. So what if the most practical solution was to make sure that everybody has oxygen tanks nearby, and then Shoto covers them all in a gigantic thing of ice? And it's just, eventually Dabi might melt through it, but I'll get you out when it's done. But for the next 10 minutes, you're just gonna be cold, but that's better than being hot, right? Like,
let him cook.
Because it's not like it's water or something, right? They don't have to worry as much about the steaming problem.
Totally.
The ice will last for a long time. He makes a big, big ice blast. So
he does.
Theoretically, that could actually be the practical way to protect other people from Dabi during a fight.
Yeah, if I thought about it, the one thing that could be interesting is that if you deal with Dabi, you have to bring a solid, interactable, restraining thing into contact with him without ability to have it melted, which means Mineta is secretly the one that's going to...
No, his balls could absolutely be melted.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what are they...
We don't want to know what they're made of.
That's true,
But they could be melted. I think Dabi is...
What if they were cold? What if they were really, really frozen?
It'd take longer. Yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like Dabi is one of those... Dabi is the perfect intro situation of where you gotta kill him. Like
you kind of can't get exactly what you want.
Yeah, like Dabi. He is not going to be saved.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to.
Right, this is his part of the story. We kind of need to play by his rules a little bit and let him burn. Now, will we have healing people on standby to grab him, trank him, and then put him into a suggestible state and start asking him questions?
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, that could happen in 48 hours.
Oh no, wait, no. There we go. Yeah. Shinso.
Yeah.
Dabi loves to monologue because it's the whole thing. So Endeavor has to lure him out.
Yeah.
And then Shinso just pops out and is like, wait, what? And then he's like, did you not hear me?
Fuck.
Yeah. There you go. Boom. Done.
Shinso.
Oh, and he can also make other people's voices with
yes.
So he could make himself sound like Endeavor.
Wait.
Dabi's fucked.
Yeah. The villains are fucked. The villains are entirely fucked.
Yeah, and then, wait.
Can we just move Shinso around and just hold up?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Because also, Shinso is literally the perfect person for this. Because then he controls them. Take us to his hideout. All right, cool. Go in there and start torching everything.
Yeah.
Like, now that you want to talk about dark? That's dark. Turn one of your enemies into a mind-controlled suicide bomber. Right?
I mean, also just the idea that one of the scariest things about when you go dungeon crawling is just the blind fireball casting into the darkness.
Right, yeah.
I don't care what's in there, but it's not one of us. So just yeet, 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 and then suddenly just boom, boom, everything's just dying.
Right. They just go in and it's like, we just see Spinner's charred corpse and it's like, sorry, bud. Maybe you had a plot line where you were going to turn against them, but wrong place, wrong time.
It's stuck in the manga, I guess, Oh, man.
Yeah.
I would very much like to see, though, a proper, systematic, kind of character-focused takedown of a lot of the smaller villains. Because I think when they were introduced, in season 3, there were quite a few that I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this is cool. They're trying to do their own, equivalent of the villain squad and stuff like that. And some of them have not been utilized that effectively, but some have been. So if we can actually have character focus on them and have them being taken down and have it be a systematic, planned kind of team combo thing with the class being divided into 3 groups with team captains that then synergize their team's strengths together and complement in spite of each other's weaknesses and stuff, that just feels like a really fun sequence of also just encounters, like fights and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, that just sounds really fun. I also would just love to think up, like, wait, so Shoto's team is going to help get Dabi, right? Clearly.
Sure.
Like, that's going to be part of it. Obviously, Endeavor and, Best Jeanist and Hawks and all them are going to be doing their stuff.
Right.
But just the idea of, like, wait, who do you pair up with Shoto, for instance? Like, who do you...
I don't know.
Who do you put with him? Do you put Momo for the shippers or something? Like...
Man, let's be real.
I
haven't thought about MHA ships in a long time.
I mean, yeah, there's the internet kind of ruined that anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I like pedaling it back a little bit from that. I love the idea of the main 3, powerhouses of Class 1A becoming
Ida.
Team captains.
Uraraka.
Yeah, hence why I said powerhouse, not I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as how they'll be used, I don't know. Because since they're talking about doing dividing and conquering with the villains, I feel like the inverse of that is make sure you don't divide your own forces. Now, have them be able to function in separate groups for a common goal. Absolutely.
Right. I would say you do, though, because you just have so few. You just can't afford not to do that.
You have to do basically the guerrilla hit and run tactics.
Yeah, you have to basically be like, okay.
Well, and again, that's where Shinso is going to be so important because that involves, like, once you get somebody that can give you info,
called up. It's your time.
Right.
We don't have enough. You are the C-list, for the dumbest fucking reason because of this stupid world.
Yep.
You are a C-list hero, but now, bro, you're getting moved up to the big leagues.
Quite frankly,
come on up to the top.
The fact that they didn't have Shinso or
well, again, they have child soldiers.
No. I know. Yeah. Barring that part, we have a quirk catalog for emergencies. Call up the person that has this specific quirk that we need, and be like, hey, so we need info.
Mind attach a bunch of equipment to you.
Right, exactly.
To hack the effective range and effective usefulness of your quirk.
Or just come with us for a very important mission, even though you're not like at the sort of pay grade reputation to.
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it funny though how superhero stories basically bring out the fanfic writers in us, where we're like, so if you took this quirk and you combined it with their quirk, and then you brought them up to the villain with some megaphones attached to their mouth and some mega
Ant-Man just crawls up Thanos' butt.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. But the thing is that Horikoshi, I feel like sometimes it's just like, I'll fucking do it. Like,
well, and see that's where it gets like. I get kind of curious because I'm like, okay, there's a degree to which certain things would not be satisfying, right?
Yes.
Ant-Man crawling up Thanos' butt, that'd be funny, but no, right? But there's that fine line where you don't jump the shark, right? Yeah. You don't jump the shark and you don't go to that kind of crazy territory, right? But you do the stuff that's more interesting than just, the 1-2, like you have either
I jump on him and
I
punch, or then you jump on him from above and
which
punch.
MHA knows how to do because of the themes.
I'll take him high, you take him low. Fly both at the elemental god.
We'll take them together slowly. I start on the right, you start on the
I take him now. No.
Yeah, exactly. God,
See, this is why anime is amazing. Is that it will sometimes do that. But oftentimes it comes up with things that you're like, wait, what sick genius came up with that? That's amazing.
Yeah, the JoJo character that can create tuna sandwiches, in his right hand on a full moon,
on Tuesday nights.
On Tuesday nights, right. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the full-length timer version of this reaction, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.